about the history of mankind. So in the beginning, there was a woman called Hagar. She was the granddaughter of Noah. And when Noah was building his ship to try and get away from that big flood, Hagar went to him and she asked if she could hitch a ride on the ship. And he told her, I'm so sorry, darling, but I already have one woman on this ship and I don't need another one. So she said, okay, I'm going to go and build my own ship then. So she gathered around her 149 other women, and together they built a ship with the goal of sailing to a place called Inishfoil, which is the Irish for the island of welcome, and we know it today as Ireland. So 150 women were about to set sail when 3 men came to them and said, any chance we can hitch a ride? And they said, sure, go on, okay, hop on. So off they went. They had 7 years ahead of them on the sea. And during those 7 years, a great storm came and killed 100 of the women. And when they arrived on Inishfoil, aka Ireland, they looked around and they realised that there were no other people and not a whole lot else going on. So they decided they were going to A, create their own entertainment, and B, create some more people. So, they got busy. I mean, you'd think... yeah, you'd think... Anyway, look, I'm not going to question their logic. So the women were divided up between the men. And Alec has already done the maths on this, so each man would have gotten
16.66666667 women per man.
Yeah. However that works out, I don't know if some men got more women than others or something. Anyway, 2 of the men died of exhaustion. And the 3rd man, called Fintan, who was Hagar's own chosen lover, became so overwhelmed with the task at hand that he turned himself into a salmon and threw himself into the sea. Which is actually quite a similar fate to most of my exes. So, off he swam, and he found himself in a well, near enough to where I come from, County Limerick. And hazel trees grew over the well. They were the hazel trees of knowledge, and from them dropped the hazelnuts of knowledge, and the salmon, Fintan, ate the hazelnuts, feeling a bit peckish. I'm not sure about salmon's culinary preferences, but in this case he liked to eat hazelnuts. And he ate them and he became the salmon of knowledge. And many people went seeking the salmon of knowledge because if you ate him, you would inherit all of that wisdom. You would become the most wise person in all the land. So lots of people went looking for him, like Ferdinand, Fionn and Finn, and all of those wonderful people in Irish history. And one day a young girl went looking for him. She found the well, and she leaned over the wall and had a look. And she became so enamoured with her own reflection that the water got angry and rose up and carried her out to sea. And as it was doing so, it formed the River Shannon, after which they named it after her. She was called Sinan or Shona, or the Shannon. And it turned her into a goddess. The song has nothing to do with any of that, really. However, there's a beautiful mosaic telling those stories at the Irish Royal Academy of Music and Dance where I went to college, and it inspired me, got me thinking about how a seed like a hazelnut can be the root of incredible things. Or an acorn, if you plant it and tend it, can grow into a great oak tree, which is one of Ireland's indigenous beautiful trees. Irish oak. I was gifted 3 oak saplings when I released this album, and I live in a tiny city centre apartment, so I don't know for myself whether if you tend a sapling it turns out very well, because it didn't work in my favour. But so this song is kind of about just that thing of tending your decisions and making them intentionally and planting those seeds and caring for them afterwards. So this is called Sowing Acorns.
poison my lungs. These eyes grow weary now, tracing the lines, counting the cracks in a gray plaster sky. Dreams don't entice and don't rest for a while. Dreams of a locked box kept deep in the night. Some fear what hides behind their own closed eyes. I've been sowing acorns in my densely woven mind. I've been growing trees from memories for us to climb. When we reach the top, what will we see? When we climb them all, what will we dream? Oh, will we dream? Will we dream? Will we dream? Will we